What happened?
We have a developing situation.
Why are we meeting here? Where's White House staff?
You're White House staff.
I'm chief of staff. Where's the rest of it?
Well, the rest of it doesn't need to know.
The president has no knowledge of this?
It's a rapidly developing situation. It is in the interest of the president that he be shielded from any fallout.
That is not your decision to make. You do not have the authority.
I absolutely do have the authority.
None of us have the authority.
There are 2 Chinese nuclear scientists en route to Isfahan nuclear base with information or supplies to enrich and activate Iran's nuclear capabilities. Intervening is the very definition of the obligation of allegiance. Now, sit down. I'm aware of the risks. You 2 should note that I spared you it. You get to celebrate the win. The loss is all mine. How soon do you think you can get somebody in place?
At first, I would need to find a mark. Then I need to pull an asset or build one. This isn't... I need time.
How much time?
Can I have 3 months?
You can have 3 weeks. There was an election in November. I want trophies on the wall by the convention. Big trophies.
What are my trophies?
Well, the area of the abduction is the territory of Los Tigres, correct?
Correct.
We'll start with their leader, find us intel connecting him to the Mexican government.
A Lioness isn't designed to gather intel, ma'am. We hit hard targets.
All right. After you kill the guy, could you be so kind as to grab his fucking phones and computers and anything else that might have some fucking intelligence?
You can't do anything but kill people.
We can do it, sir.
Mr. Secretary.
Byron here?
Yes, please come in.
Thank you. Kids are growing like weeds.
Or like a fungus.
Well, soon that fungus will all be gone. You'll only remember the flowers.
Byron.
Thank you. Sit.
Let me know if I can get you anything.
Thanks, hon.
Leave it on, leave it on. I haven't listened to the pundits today.
64 million Latinos in America.
Latino? Do you think that's an appropriate term in our current climate, Dan?
So what should I say? Should I say Latinx? I should just invent a term that has
I stand corrected. Turn that shit off.
language to satisfy your aversion to being disagreed with?
It's not about...
How the fuck are we supposed to seek solutions when we can't agree on what language to use to discuss the problem?
Hey, well, in my opinion, sir, news stopped being news when they started doing it 24 hours a day.
You got it.
It became entertainment. Poor form at that.
Court justice were falling out of favor over the king. Now they're mocking the court itself. Before long, the court's gonna start chanting, "Off with their heads," and they know it. In a decade, no pillar of journalism will exist in its current form. New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal. They stopped reporting the news and started telling us what they think the news is and what our opinion of that news should be. Americans have always been gullible, but they're not stupid. Lie to them enough and they won't trust you to tell them the sun's rising. So your plan is to run her through your program, get her to the uncle, and then...
Our plan is to fabricate a court-martial, have her discharged on some level of disgrace that will withstand scrutiny of anyone investigating.
We can't invent a cover in this instance. We need it to be legitimate.
Well, how will her military career recover?
It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't?
If she accepts and the mission is successful, she will likely end up in Whip Pro. Or if she wishes to continue her service, we find a place for her in the 160th. Or she can fly for us.
I haven't heard a plan.
Well, we assume that her father is in contact with Carrillo, and the plan is simply send her home. I mean, she's a pilot, and that's an extremely coveted skill in the cartels, and we think it's going to happen organically.
She's not a lioness. She's not trained to neutralize targets. And you don't have time to teach her.
She's not a combat operator, that's correct, but she doesn't need to be because she can fly the operators to them.
Think of her as a Trojan horse. Once we have MSS on our location, she can insert a team, and then we will have a capture-kill option depending on the message that POTUS wants to send.
All right. Now, walk me through the risks.
The risks that come with aviation. There's the dangers of competing cartels. There's the risks of exposure of any clandestine operation and the risks of DEA or HS intervention.
Let's suppose the DEA stumbles on this. What's to contain?
There is none. It would be far better to have mission failure on the Mexican side than on the US side.
Why is that?
Because the cartel would just kill her. Here, US law enforcement would have a prosecutable case against officers of the CIA. And the Chinese would discover an act of war by the United States on CBS News.
So, back to the original question. What if DEA or HS intervenes? What if they find you unloading 1,000 pounds of fentanyl in the desert?
They would evade, if possible, and if not, the unit would resist until contact is broken and an escape executed.
By resist, do you mean that they will fire upon them?
If fired upon, yes, that is correct.
It's easy to forget why we're having this conversation. A congresswoman was kidnapped on American soil, her family killed at the behest of the Chinese Ministry of State. Which is why we need a plan in the first place. Do it.
Yes, sir.
Byron. The buck stops with you understand me?
Yes, sir.
So do not get yourself caught.
Right.
To this point, you have violated virtually every assurance you gave us when we authorized this operation.
The operation we are on now is so far from the operation that you initially
Whose
requested.
fault is that?
It's not ours.
Did the CIA appoint a different deputy director since our last meeting? Did special activities, your program in particular, mysteriously find itself under the control of people not standing in this
We
room?
were given a mission. Return the Congresswoman, which we did. Then you gave us the task of infiltrating the largest criminal organization inside our closest neighbor with an asset not of our choosing, with agencies that we specifically warned against working
You
with.
were given a blank fucking check for resources and assets, and all you've done is commit our army to its first battle in Iraq in a fucking decade, and then run a nighttime raid in Mexico on a human smuggling operation, and don't bother rescuing the smuggled humans when you fucking find them.
We were sent in with a team of 8, and intel from a stateside law enforcement agency that was mandated by you.
We have never mandated any parameters to the execution of your missions, apart from avoidance of collateral damage and maintaining your cover, both of which you have entirely violated.
It's fucking bullshit!
Come on, everybody sit down. Come on, sit the fuck down. Now, how do we move on from this? We're so far off the original purpose of this mission, I can hardly remember what the fuck it is. Now, what happens when your Lioness is in fucking Mexico, a place where there is no rule of law? What happens when your QRF is outnumbered 100 to 1 in a nation that will see your actions as a crime and an act of war simultaneously?
We are a clandestine organization, sir.
I don't know if you can make that claim anymore.
Go fuck yourself.
Are you unaware of the chain of command in this room? You are at the bottom of it, so show some fucking respect, Byron.
All right, come on. Now, we have a series of catastrophes that need to be contained. And I need to fully understand if this operation is executable and exactly what the future risks are.
If I may, we have made contact with Carrillo in Dallas. We have a Lioness and the Shadow. They're embedded. Once inside, they were compromised by security personnel unknown to the operation.
Why were they unknown?
2 reasons. We were given a timeline of days to insert, giving us no time to mine proper intel. And 2, the DEA agent that was assigned to our task force has an informant working in the Carrillo estate. This information was withheld from us intentionally. So this renders everything we have done to this point as compromised, and every future operation is compromised as well.
A successful mission will send a strong message to the Chinese, but will have no value from a public perspective standpoint, because we must publicly deny that a mission took place. This feels like a punt. Slow down. find another way in with less risk and a lot less collateral damage.
Unfortunately, sir, I don't think we're in a stopping place.
Why not?
We are currently holding number 2 in the Chihuahua Coahuila cartel. That will not go unnoticed. We are also holding the agent with the DEA. He must either be released or handed over to DOJ.
Well, I don't see a plan to go forward.
We shift our mission focus, sir. We shift it from an insertion to a hard target hit. We transport Carrillo back to Mexico. We focus on the senior leadership within that cartel. And we hope that MSS is embedded with that leadership.
How does that solve the issue that we're still detaining a U.S. citizen with no authority to do so and a federal officer?
The QRF will ensure that neither return once the operation is complete.